Exit the roundabout onto Chertsey Road. Continue on Chertsey Road for 1.5 miles. In 1/4 mile, at Hospital Bridge roundabout, take the second exit onto Great Chertsey Road, A316.
Education is more important than legislation, but if we go down the legislative route, then to me dog ownership should be similar to the insurance on vehicles. So if you want to own a Ferrari, you pay a lot more than if you want to own a Ford Fiesta. So there would be grouped insurances for different breeds of dogs. Now similarly, if you own a Ford Fiesta, you can have a 1 litre or a 2 litre turbo. So again, within that insurance system, to me, there should be...
Exit the roundabout onto Great Chertsey Road. In 1/2 mile, take the A312 exit towards Heathrow Airport, Hounslow.
And that your dogs are well behaved, so that you could lower your insurance premium by doing an exam that proves that your dog is a good dog. Because I worry about things like this. I own 5 border collies, but they are extremely well trained. They are better trained than most people's singular dogs. So for me, insurance would be very, very expensive, but I would be happy to take any exam out there to prove that my dogs are well-behaved members of society, not only to humans, not only to children, but equally to other dogs.
I think it's an absolutely brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea because, of course, there shouldn't be a blanket amount for...
Take the A312 exit.
...that we're going to get, perhaps a dog with a tendency to be more aggressive, and if they're not going to bother with any training, then of course they should...
In 300 yards, at Apex Corner, take the 4th exit onto Hampton Road West, A312.
All since they were 8 weeks old.
And is it, because I suppose people think now, they think they're working from home. Do you think there's a lot of people just thinking, I fancy a dog, I fancy something lying on my lap in the evening when I'm watching telly, and not really an idea of what it takes to train a dog?
Absolutely, and the fact that hopefully that dog will be with you for anywhere between 13 to 17 years. I think people think about what they want, not what they can do for the dog, or what is right for the dog, rather than just because they fancy a certain breed. I don't think that's a good enough reason.
Yeah, thank you, Lorraine. I think that's a really, really interesting idea.
Exit the roundabout onto Hampton Road West.
Certain breeds than others.
Continue on A312 for 2 miles.
Hi there.
What would you like to say about dogs?
Hi, yeah, I've been listening intently to your different callers' opinions, and I think, to be fair, they're all perfectly valid. Just speaking from personal experience, when I was a child, I had, my parents had, it was a Jack Russell, and that actually bit me on the face. I wasn't antagonising it, anything. It literally just turned, and it was a family dog, and it went for me. Having said that, I don't class all Jack Russells, in the same light if they're all bad. I've had Dalmatians over the years that I've personally owned, and at the moment I currently own a female Rottweiler and also a Rottweiler Doberman cross. For the simple fact is, I've had smaller dogs, and I've looked after smaller dogs, but they keep getting under my feet, and I'm worried about stepping on them. That's why I've always.
But Rachel, I'm really interested because I see people out with, I don't know, Dobermans and Rottweilers. I do just kind of think, why? Because there are big dogs that you can get which are known for being a bit gentler. Maybe it's an unfair reputation, but what draws you to them when you know you're going to strike a bit of fear in people's hearts as they pass you?
Well, the thing is, I think it's not the dog's fault. It's when dogs get into the wrong hands. The only reason Rottweilers and Dobermans are classed as dangerous dogs is simply because they fall into the wrong hands. It's a bit like when I'm out walking the dogs, I always walk them one at a time because they're big, strong dogs. 9 times out of 10, the aggression I get off other dogs are small, little, yappy dogs. And I'm not saying I love all dogs, but the difference is if you get a little Jack Russell or a Chihuahua or something like that, yapping and barking and growling, people's reactions are, oh yeah, it's a bit naughty. But my dogs don't respond, and people cross the road will they're being concerned. And I think
I suppose it's just the potential, the size of the jaws, like on a XL bully or whatever they're called.
Totally. The dogs, the stronger they are, definitely, so the damage can be greater. But having said that, my Rottweiler Doberman cross, she was actually a rescue. We got her at 4 months old. I got her because I felt sorry for her. And she'd been to 3 different households at the age of 4 months, and I thought that's just not fair on the dog. It's not dogs. They're not asked to be born, and they fall into the wrong hands. And I got her, and my husband actually said to me, he's always had dogs and big dogs, and I said, can we try? And he said, I don't know. There's got to be a reason. And speak as I find, she's never shown any aggression, anything like that. And what I think a lot of it was, you got to think what the dogs are originally bred for as well. Originally, Rottweilers were actually herding dogs, cattle dogs.
Yeah.
That was their original. So they're naturally sloppy, quite sloppy and laid back, and can be quite lazy.
Okay. That's nice.
But the Doberman, see, I've got interesting mix. I've got the Rottweiler, which is just soppy and laid back, and thinks she's a lap dog, and she's really not. She's too heavy. And then the Rottweiler Doberman, they can be more aloof, and they're naturally bred to guard. They're bred to go around with the tax collector, the Dobermans were.
Thanks, Rachel. Sorry, I'm going to have to leave you there because I just want to squeeze in one more call. Thank you for your call. We're going to go now to Natalie in Bedford. Hi, Natalie.
Hi Claire. Thank you so much for taking my call. I'm just saying that it's such a shame that certain breeds have a really bad reputation. I'm a proud owner of a German Shepherd, and she's nearly 2 years old. But when she was a young pup, everyone loved her. When she got older, people thought, she's scary. I have made a big effort to socialise my dog, and I find that people with bigger dogs make more of an effort to train their dogs and socialise them than they do with the younger dogs, like the sort of the smaller dogs, should I say. When I walk my dog, she's very well trained. She doesn't bark or whatever, and it's the smaller dogs that yap at her or are more aggressive than her. It's such a shame that these dogs, like the Doberman, the Staff, have a bad sort of reputation. It is all about the owner. If the owner
Is there a bit of a, Natalie, I mentioned, is there a sort of team thing? Is there the kind of big dog team and the small dogs team? And actually, you guys think...
There is, but I think that it's all about the owner. And the fact of the matter is, it's wrong. I really do believe this, Claire, and I respect how you feel, because I have friends and family that feel exactly the same way as you, and I try to educate them every single day. But it is really the owner's responsibility to train up the dog. And it's a shame that dogs who are I have a German Shepherd. The German Shepherds are used for service. They're used for the police. They're used for the army. They are loyal dogs. They are friendly, compassionate dogs.
Yes, my husband's family had German Shepherds, and they're very, very lovely dogs. I know. Thank you, Natalie. If only all dog owners were as responsible as the ones I've spoken to tonight. Thank you so much to everyone who called, texted and tweeted in today. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen back on Global Player, where you can now pause and rewind LBC shows, and also find all of our shows to catch up on, as well as the world's biggest podcast. Download Global Player for free from your App Store